The Grey Cup Party. In millions of homes across Canada, it's become a tradition as much as the game itself. A reason to get together every November, regardless of who's on the field. For the Dickinson family of Toronto, it's become their signature event, a yearly staple in their community. Next Sunday, they'll host a Grey Cup Party, but it's taken on a different, more profound meaning. With more on their story, here's four-time Grey Cup champion, Michael Pinball Clemens.
Grey Cup Stories, brought to you by Rona.
When it comes to the Toronto Argonauts, there are casual fans, there are die-hard fans, and then there's Mike Dickinson.
We went to Hamilton to watch games. When that was his biggest rivalry, was the Hamilton Ticats, hated them with a passion. Through thick and thin, Mike was always an Argo fan.
Mike also loved the Grey Cup, and every year, family and friends would gather at the Dickinsons for their legendary Grey Cup parties.
It was just go big or go home. If you're gonna have parties and you're gonna be the host, then it's gonna be the best, and you're gonna have the best beer and the best food and the best cigars.
And of course, we had to drag the TV outside. So if it was -10, didn't matter. You put your coat on and you went outside and you watched the Grey Cup.
What a catch! Eddie Brown! Touchdown, Edmonton!
Because if in Edmonton they were sitting outside and watching the Grey Cup, he figured we should emulate that.
You didn't have to worry about the beer getting warm, I'll tell you that. The longer you're out there, the colder the beer got.
For decades, these late November gatherings were a tradition at Mike and Debbie's. Until 2002.
He was not feeling all that well. He kept complaining of stomach issues. He just didn't seem to be getting better.
He kept going to the doctor saying something was wrong. There's something wrong. I know it. And my dad was diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Stage 4 pancreatic cancer, to be exact. The disease had gone undetected for almost a year, and now Mike was only given a few months to live.
I broke down and cried like a baby. Yeah, for sure. He was my best friend.
It was just too sad.
To see him kind of wither away like that was very difficult. I remember his eyes being the same, though.
Mike fought the cancer each and every day for 8 months. Then in June of 2003, the battle mercifully ended.
I remember a couple days after, we're busy preparing, getting the arrangements done, and I heard someone come into the door, and I yelled, "Hello!" And for a split second, I thought I would hear his voice.
After Mike died, we started talking about what could we do.
That talk became action, and the Mike Dickinson Grey Cup Party was born, a family fundraiser for the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation with hopes of one day purchasing an endoscope, a machine capable of detecting pancreatic cancer in its earliest stages.
Grey Cup was such a big part of Mike's life, it just made a whole lot of sense.
From its humble beginnings, the party has grown into an annual celebration of almost 200 people.
That's because of my dad. They're willing to help us because of him. I still throw a good party, though.
The Mike Dickinson Grey Cup Party is now entering its 10th year and has remarkably raised over $90,000. This spring, the endoscope was finally purchased, making the Dickinson family dream a reality.
This is called a ERCP. It's an endoscopic instrument. This is primarily for diagnosing and managing the local problem
Right.
at the pancreas.
Right.
This goes into the bile duct and it tears the cancer cells off of the inside to make a diagnosis.
I think it's marvelous.
If we can just save one patient from what Mike had to go through, one family from what we had to go through, I'd say we've accomplished everything we set out to do.
Grey Cup Stories, brought to you by Rona.
It took 10 weeks, 138 stops, and 8,100 kilometers for the tour to get here, but it has finally landed in Toronto for the 100th Grey Cup Festival game. The party is just getting ramped up. It will lead up to the Sun Life Grey Cup Fan March to the Rogers Centre next Sunday. Catherine Dolan, TSN, Toronto.